2026 tax refund update. In today's video, we are discussing all things tax refund. We have the next direct deposit date shared. We have the latest numbers updated on the irs.gov website and much more. So make sure you stay tuned for all of the details. But before we begin, as always, welcome back, everyone. So very happy to have you back for another IRS update. This information is being shared from irs.gov. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, in order to check the status of your 2026 tax refund, you can log into your IRS online account. And in addition to checking the status of your 2026 tax refund, you can also use your IRS online account to check on tax records, check the status of amended tax returns, as well as they have a new item on the list, refund email notifications. And you can also check the status of your 2026 tax refund using the IRS mobile app. You can also call the refund hotline at 1-800-829-1954, and you can also check the status of your 2026 tax refund using the IRS mobile app. Your 2026 tax refund may be delayed because there are mistakes, and this include forgetting to sign your tax return, or you made a math error, or claiming the earned income tax credit. By law, refunds that include the tax credit are held until mid-February to prevent tax fraud. Also, claiming the additional child tax credit can delay your 2026 tax refund. This credit can be complicated and requires additional review. Also, filing an amended tax return can delay your 2026 tax refund because the IRS must compare your original return to your amended tax return. Both of them will need to be reviewed, as well as requesting injured spouse relief. This requires the IRS to manually process your case. You can correct or amend your tax return with Form 1040X. The IRS states that do not send another Form 1040 with changes. Sending a second original tax return will create a duplicate submission, which will slow down the processing of your tax return. And you can check the status of those amended tax returns 3 weeks after you submit them using the Where is My Amended Return tool, and it can take the IRS up to 16 weeks to process your amended tax return. Now let's go over reduce refund. Changes and corrections may reduce your 2026 tax refund, as well as if you had an outstanding tax balance, some of your refund may be automatically applied to that balance through the Treasury offset. Now, these balances include past due child support, federal and state debt, as well as other tax obligations or unemployment compensation debts. All of these things can reduce your 2026 tax refund. Your tax refund can also be applied to your spouse's debt on a married filing joint tax return. Let's go over lost or stolen refund checks. If you lose your refund check, you must initiate a refund trace using the Where is My Refund tool. You can also call the refund hotline at 1-800-829-1954, or you can speak with a representative at 1-800-829-1040 to initiate that refund trace. And if your refund check was stolen, you can make a claim in one of two ways. If the refund check was cash, the Bureau of Fiscal Service will provide you with a claim package that includes a copy of the cash check and the instructions to request a new check. And if the refund check has not been cashed, you will receive a refund by other means once the original check has been canceled. When can you expect your 2026 tax refund? The time in which you receive your 2026 tax refund depends on how you file your 2025 tax return. For instance, if you e-file your tax return, you can expect to receive your refund 3 weeks from the date you e-file. If you mail your tax return, you can expect your refund 6 or more weeks from the date the IRS receive your mail tax return. And as always, you can check the status of your 2026 tax refund using the Where is My Refund tool 24 hours after you e-file a current tax return, 3 days after you e-file a prior return, and 4 weeks after you file a paper tax return. Now let's continue on with the processing of your tax forms. The IRS is reporting that they are currently processing paper returns received, original 1040 tax returns received February of 2026, and amended tax returns received December of 2025. And this does not include those that require additional corrections or review. And for your 1041 tax returns, they are currently processing original received January of 2026 and amended received May of 2025. And for the processing of your letters and notices, if you had to provide additional information to the IRS, they are currently processing individual correspondence received November of 2025. So expect a delay in the IRS processing your additional information. And for the 2026 tax filing season numbers updated on the IRS.gov website, February 27, 2026, the IRS is reporting total tax returns received so far 51,491,000 tax returns received so far, and that is a decrease of negative 1.7 compared to 2025. And total returns processed so far 50,897,000, and that is a decrease of negative 1.8% compared to 2025. That means the IRS is currently experiencing tax refund delays in the 2026 tax filing season. And let's continue with total amount refunded so far in dollars, $136 billion in refunds. That is an increase of 9.4 compared to 2025. And the average refund for 2026 tax filing season so far is $3,742, and that is an increase of 10.6%. So the IRS has issued out more tax refund dollars. There has been an increase in the average tax refund so far for the 2026 tax filing season. Make sure to share with us in the comments if you did receive a higher tax refund for the 2026 tax filing season. Let's continue with the good news. The next direct deposit date shared is March 13, 2026. Make sure to check the WMR on irs.gov as well as your IRS online transcript for your next direct deposit date. And the WMR is showing an earlier date than the IRS online transcripts. So make sure you're checking your bank account for your direct deposits. Make sure to stay tuned for how you can contact the IRS if your 2026 or your prior tax refund is delayed. Contact the IRS at 1-800-829-1040, and you can contact the Taxpayer Advocate Service for assistance as well, especially if you are experiencing financial hardship due to your tax refund being delayed. You can contact them at 1-877-777-4778. You can also schedule an in-person appointment by calling 844-545-5640. You can also contact your local state representative by going to house.gov, put in your zip code, finding your representative, and you can contact them to receive assistance in finding out what the delay is. So make sure to explore all of these options to find out what is causing the tax refund delay. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come back for more tax refund updates and breaking news. Bye-bye.